She hasn't lost interest in you, but she has silently stopped enjoying what's happening in your bedroom. And the painful part is she'll probably never say it out loud. Most women over 45 don't tell their partner what's changed. They just quietly pull back. They stop initiating. And the man on the other side of that silence usually blames himself, blames age, or blames the relationship, when the real answer is something completely different. What I'm about to reveal is what she's secretly begging for but will never ask for directly. And the two things she silently despises that most men over 50 are still doing without realizing it. I'm Dr. Aria Brooks, urologist and intimacy coach for men over 40. What I'm sharing today comes from peer-reviewed studies and clinical work with hundreds of couples. We're going to cover the 5 things she's secretly craving, but will never say out loud, and the 2 she silently despises. I'll explain the physiology behind each one so you can apply it in the moment without guesswork. By the end, you'll understand not just what to do, but why it works, and how to adjust so the experience fits where both your bodies actually are in 2026. Drop your age and where you're watching from in the comments. I read every single one. After 50, both of your bodies have changed. Not just his, not just hers, both. Most couples in their 50s are still using the same approach they developed in their 30s on 2 bodies that now operate completely differently. For her, estrogen has been declining through perimenopause and menopause. That shift affects 3 things directly. Natural lubrication. Her body needs significantly more time than it did a decade ago. Arousal speed. The timeline to full readiness is often 2 to 3 times longer than it was in her 30s. And sensitivity patterns. What used to feel intensely pleasurable may now feel like nothing, while different kinds of stimulation suddenly matter more. For you, testosterone has been declining since your early 30s. Blood flow to erectile tissue is less automatic. Positions that were effortless at 38 now carry subtle performance pressure at exactly the wrong moment. And that pressure, even mild, even subconscious, triggers your stress response, which is physiologically the opposite of arousal. The intimacy that worked at 35 is no longer working for either of you. Not because desire is gone, because the approach hasn't evolved with the bodies. Now, here's where it gets really important. Because before I give you the 5 things she's craving, you need to understand why your instincts are actively working against you. Most men over 50 built their intimacy instincts from the wrong source. Visual media, including pornography, is optimized for how it looks on screen, not for how it feels in a real body. Speed, depth, dramatic positions, constant switching. None of that was designed for sensation. Think of it like action movies. Nobody watches a car chase and thinks that's how driving actually works. But men absorbed those visual signals and turned them into behavioral habits. Fast tempo, prioritizing depth, frequent position changes, performance over presence. Those habits are almost the exact opposite of what research shows produces satisfaction for women after 40. Studies consistently show that what women associate with genuine pleasure is slower tempo, sustained contact, deliberate movement, and presence. The men who transform their intimate lives aren't the ones who learn new moves. They're the ones who unlearn the instincts built from the wrong source. That's where everything begins. Stay with me because now I'll tell you exactly what she's begging for instead. The number one thing women over 45 wish their partners understood and almost never say directly is this. Her arousal timeline has changed. For many women in their 40s and 50s, full physiological readiness takes much longer than it did when she was younger. Not because she wants you less, not because desire is gone, but because the hormonal pathway that controls lubrication, sensitivity, and tissue readiness now works on a slower clock. What she is silently begging for is unhurried buildup, not rushed foreplay, not a few minutes before moving on. Real, patient arousal time, where she feels no pressure to hurry her body. Double the time you think is necessary. Slow down. Pay attention. Wait for clear physical signals before moving forward. One of my patients, 56, a contractor, married 24 years, came to me frustrated. He said intimacy had become mechanical, and his wife felt distant. But when he stopped rushing and started giving her body significantly more build-up time with no pressure to escalate, everything changed. 6 weeks later, he came back and told me, "It feels like we are 35 again." Her body had not stopped wanting intimacy. It just needed a different pace to get there. Now, here's something most men don't realize they're doing. During intimacy, they're mentally watching themselves perform, scoring their effort, tracking her responses as a report card on their adequacy. This is called performance monitoring, and it is one of the most damaging habits in male intimacy, especially after 50 when performance anxiety has more biological fuel to work with. Performance monitoring activates your stress response, which restricts blood flow, mutes your sensation, and pulls you out of the experience entirely. You're physically present, but mentally in the audience. She feels that absence. She can't name it, but she feels it. And over time, that disconnection creates the quiet pulling away you've probably already noticed. The fix is simple. During intimacy, redirect your focus to what you're physically feeling: the warmth, the pressure, the breath. Not how you're doing, what you're experiencing right now. Presence is both the goal and the mechanism. Research is clear. The majority of women require consistent external stimulation throughout intimacy, not just at the start, but continuously the entire time. This is the most commonly dropped element in male behavior after 50, and the single adjustment that produces the most immediate difference. Keep one hand at the front of the pelvis regardless of position. Whether that's your hand, her hand, or a discrete device, the continuity is what matters. Every time that contact disappears, her sensation resets and rebuilds from scratch. Maintain it, and sensation compounds instead. The difference in outcome is not small. Frequent position changes feel dynamic. They also repeatedly reset the neurological buildup her body has been developing. Every transition is a full reset. This habit comes directly from visual media. Variety looks good on screen. In reality, when something is clearly working, staying and deepening it produces far more than switching. Small adjustments within a position, a slightly different angle, a little more pressure, a marginally altered rhythm, are infinitely more effective than dramatic changes that interrupt everything she's been building. When you feel her responding, stay. Deepen what's working. Sensation compounds when you let it. Here's the connection most men miss entirely. Physically demanding positions, ones requiring sustained effort, balance, or exertion, split your attention. And split attention is exactly where performance anxiety finds its opening at 50. Her experience is directly affected by your mental state. When you're managing physical effort, she feels the tension. When you're fully present, she relaxes more deeply. Choosing lower effort positions isn't a concession to age. It's a strategic decision that frees up the presence she's actually craving. Side by side, seated face to face, or face to face with a pillow under her hips, these reduce physical demand on you while maintaining the external contact and comfortable angle she needs. Less effort on your end almost always means more presence. And more presence is what she is silently begging for. If you're a man over 50 who is serious about understanding what's actually changed and what genuinely works at this stage of life, I built something specifically for you: the all-in-one men's vitality and intimacy blueprint. It covers everything we've talked about today and goes deeper into the strategies I use with my own patients. You'll find it linked in the description and pinned comment below. Now let's talk honestly about the two things she silently despises. This isn't about rules. There are always exceptions. But understanding the why will help you read the moment and adjust gracefully. The first is effort escalation without reading her. When something isn't working, the instinctive male response is to try harder, more speed, more depth, more intensity. Physiologically, that response is exactly backwards. If she isn't fully aroused, More intensity creates discomfort. If external contact has been lost, more movement doesn't restore it. Escalating effort without foundation is like turning up the volume on a song that isn't playing. When the moment is slipping, go back to basics. Slow down. Reestablish external contact. Extend the buildup. The second is rushing past her arousal timeline. In 2026, women over 45 have more body awareness than any previous generation. They know what they need. They just rarely ask directly because they don't want their partner to feel inadequate. What she silently despises is being moved past her own timeline, the experience progressing at a pace that serves his instinct rather than her physiology. She doesn't say it, but she feels it every single time. And over months and years, that accumulated feeling is exactly what creates the quiet pulling away that brings men to my clinic wondering what went wrong. At this point, you might be thinking, is this all just about slowing down? Not entirely. But once you understand it, everything changes. Multiple high-quality studies show a consistent pattern. Most women either need or strongly prefer simultaneous external stimulation during intimacy, and many describe that combination as fuller, longer, and significantly easier to reach. The rule of thumb is simple. Prioritize her physiological timeline first. Then think about depth and pace. If you reverse that, chasing intensity before her body is ready, you'll watch the moment disappear every time. Let me give you a few practical tools that work in any situation. Breathe together for the first 30 seconds. Synchronized breathing calms the nervous system so sensation can actually register. Relaxed bodies feel more. Shorten your range of motion. Most men move too far back and break the sensation repeatedly. Smaller, deliberate movement keeps pressure continuous. Use support without apology. A pillow under her hips adjusts internal angle without adding force. Small changes in tilt create outsized effects on comfort and intensity. Keep one hand at the front throughout. And build tempo gradually. Start slower than feels natural. Once she's clearly responding, then layer in depth and pace. If you add those before the foundation is solid, you're building on sand. Finally, here's a simple sequence you can use tonight. Start with significantly more build-up time than feels necessary. No timeline, no rush. Wait for clear physical signals. Choose a low-effort starting position, face-to-face with a pillow under her hips. Keep a hand at the front. Press your pelvis forward rather than pulling away. When she's clearly responding, don't change anything. Stay and deepen. Smaller movement, slower tempo. If she wants more control, transition to her on top and let her set the angle entirely. Think rocking in circles, not up and down. If you want a quiet, connected close, move into side by side. The angle softens. Hands stay free. Breathing together becomes effortless. The thread through all of it is one principle: presence over performance. Her physiological timeline leading the pace. Foundation before intensity. Always. That's what the research shows. That's what women describe when they're honest about what actually works after 50. And that's what turns intimacy from something you're managing into something you're both fully inside of again. Before we wrap up, I want to share something a lot of my viewers ask me. What natural supplements actually deliver results for men's health? After looking at the research and testing what really works, I've narrowed it down to 4 essentials. 1 for stronger erections, 1 for stamina and performance, 1 for testosterone balance, and 1 for prostate comfort. These are all natural formulas backed by science, carefully selected to work together for maximum results. I've linked them below in the description and pinned comment. Check them out and see how they can help you feel your absolute best. And remember, this channel is a safe space where men support each other. Share your thoughts below, let us know your age and where you're from. As men age, this isn't the end, it's a new beginning. I'm Dr. Aria Brooks, and I'll see you in the next video.